Okay, so this is going to be another video. Thank you so much for joining me here on Black and Affluent. We're going to get into another juicy topic in regards to business practices, okay? So we're going to get into why you need to build an authentic brand when you are becoming an entrepreneur. Especially, this is something that I feel like I really needed to touch on for my new entrepreneurs, people who are just now getting into being their own boss and having that a hard time finding what their niche is going to be in the business world. Okay, so we're going to talk about why it's important to build an authentic brand. And before we actually get into why, let's talk about, or not even why, let's actually talk about that first. Why you need to build an authentic brand, and then we're also going to discuss how to build an authentic brand, okay? So let's touch on the why a little bit. So when it comes to building an authentic brand, when you build something that is personable to you, something that you're personally interested in, something that's a part of you essentially, okay, whether that is being a cook or a chef, let's say that word, I like chef better. Being a chef, is there a personal relationship that you have with cooking? Do you feel happy? Do you feel content with actually being a cook, or is this something that you're doing for monetary gain? That's a question you always want to ask yourself whenever you're doing any sort of entrepreneur endeavor. Are you genuinely connected to the content that you're producing or the business products or models that you're creating? Are you genuinely connected to that? Because what tends to happen is we get attached to a business model and there's not a true drive there. There is no true passion for what we're doing. And after a year or two of not really receiving the results that you want, or a year or two of receiving the results that you want, but still feeling that empty feeling inside after, putting yourself out there and trying to, manifest sales and things of that nature, it becomes draining. So you never want to create a business that ultimately feels draining because of the fact that your heart's not in it. So when you build an authentic brand, it has to be something that is connected to you on a personal level so that you can actually be able to excel in it and actually want to continue to have that business model. And another reason for why your audience can tell, or your followers or your customers can tell when you're not genuinely standing behind your own business. There's so many times that people call other business owners out for the fact that they don't even use their own products. For instance, I see people who call out Kylie all the time. Okay, they don't believe that she actually uses her skincare line. So you want to make sure that your brand is not so far-fetched from who you are as an individual that it's hard to actually believe or actually take in consideration of the fact that you may be somebody who is, trying to build a brand for themselves, and people will brush you off, honestly. Okay, people already do want to brush you off because they don't want to spend like that. Okay, but then if you genuinely are connected to your content, people can feel it. You will attract people who want to shop with you and who want to do business with you. Okay, another reason why, what ends up happening is there's so many obstacles that come in the way when it comes to building certain businesses. And with those obstacles, certain people can't handle that pressure. And with that type of pressure, if you're not somebody who's not in it because you genuinely love it and you also see the potential within yourself, you're going to basically give up. It happens all the time in America where people start businesses and they don't finish them. Or they see that, okay, prior to actually even opening the business, that it's so stressful to actually put the business together that they want to give up right before they even have a chance to really see the full manifestation of the work that they're putting in. So you really, really, really want to be careful in regards to what exactly you're investing your time and energy into. And that's another reason I was going to kind of segue into. If you put a lot of energy into a business model that you don't personally stand by and you're not passionate anymore, you're literally putting yourself in a corner. You're backing yourself into a corner because now you're having to either reinvent a new business that's totally different because the business that you have already is something that's not in alignment with you anymore, or you're going to just give up on your business completely and then go back to working a 9 to 5 because you feel like a business that you've created that's not really resonating with you on a certain level is no longer serving its purpose. So be cautious of that. And that's why I say you guys have to have an authentic brand, okay? Has to be authentic to you. Does not need to be something that you're doing for monetary gain. Now, it's different if you're somebody who's investing in real estate and all that other stuff. Those are just business moves. That's nothing personal. But when we're talking about building a brand, okay, that's a whole nother situation. And we're going to talk about being a brand versus a business owner because those are two different things. Okay, catch that tea. We're going to definitely get into that. Make sure you guys subscribe as well if you do want to look out for that video because that's going to be a really, really good topic. Okay, so now let's talk about how you can be an authentic brand owner, or not brand owner, but how you can have an authentic brand. Okay, so when it comes to having an authentic brand, you, for one, have to find that niche. All right. If you already have something that you're called to do, then already you have a niche. If you're somebody who's interested in doing art, you're somebody who's always painted for yourself and created, masterpieces within your own home. And, one day you decide to start an art business, that's something that's genuinely a part of you. If you're somebody who's always been attracted to business, like me, I've always been attracted to the mechanics of creating a business, seeing it grow from start to finish. I've always been interested in marketing tips and tools that you can use to actually make a business progress. I'm into seeing other people build businesses, okay, especially my people, okay? I'm into seeing people build businesses. So this is something that I'm drawn to. I'm also drawn to other things that I have businesses in, but those are things that are authentic to me. Those are parts or fragments of my personality. Those are not things that I just one day was like, I'm going to start a YouTube channel just cuz. No, it's because I genuinely had an idea of what I wanted to do. I knew that this is something that I was going to set myself towards, and this is something that, again, would not inconvenience me in a sense because it wouldn't make me feel drained energetically. And this is something that I just know a lot of information about. That's how you really build an authentic brand. If you already have a lot of information in that field and you've accumulated this through your own experiences, or you gain a lot of knowledge in, whatever area that you're trying to create a business in, then that in itself is something that's a niche for you, okay? Regardless of what it is, okay? If you're a chef, then you're knowledgeable in how to create recipes and things of that nature. So you see how an authentic brand is closely connected to who you are as an individual. Because when you are a brand, like I said, there's a difference between a brand and a business owner. When you're a brand, you're representing something. So people need to see that the representation that you're putting out is closely related to what type of, for one, audience you're trying to attract, and also the content that you're putting out there. It has to align in both areas, okay? So take time to really look at what you're, again, drawn to in a business sense. What are you really, really being called to do? And don't make spur of the moment business decisions as well when it comes to creating a brand for yourself. Sometimes we think, oh, I want to be an Instagram model. Okay, I know when I was 16 years old, I know I wanted to be an Instagram model, but I know in this day and age, an Instagram model is not going to get the bills paid, and that's also a very superficial life to live. So you got to understand with certain business models, or let's say brands, business brands, or brand entities out there, those individuals have to kind of fit in that mold. And if you're not in alignment with that mold that's being created, then you get kind of lost in the sauce. Okay, the brand starts to make you. You don't make the brand. You never want to be that. Okay, but yes, that's for the most part all I really wanted to say about this topic. Make sure you guys Really sit down with yourself, find out what is something that really interests you, something that you see yourself doing 5 years down the line. Don't think about the results and stuff like that. Well, if I become a millionaire, then I want to do it. No, think about if you're not getting paid 5 years from now, are you still going to be interested in that business? Are you still going to be pushing it hard? And are you going to be still, again, having your focus on that business model, if that makes sense? So that's really what I want to say. Thank you so much for watching this. This was a pretty short video. It's very to the point. Okay, I hope that I was able to give you some sort of guidance, and yes, I'm going to talk to you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe. If you do have any other business topics you want me to talk about, please make sure you drop them inside the comment section for me below, and let me know how you guys also feel about this topic, and also drop some of your own suggestions as well for how you can find an authentic brand that's going to be suitable for you, okay, but also profitable. Okay, and we're gonna also talk about how to be a brand but also still be profitable, because again, there's a lot that goes into the mechanics, but we're going to talk about that. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.